All right. Good morning, SP. So today we're doing a video market update for September 26th, 2022. And at the moment, we're looking at Bitcoin still kind of trading around range lows of our 3 month long range as of now. Right. So 4 hour 200s along with mid range is still going to be the thing that gives us a nice midterm bias within this range because a high time frame actionable analysis, right? We can't really look to trade trends all too much within a massive range such as this. But because the range itself is 20%, we can look for some sort of insight in the midterm to grasp 12, 13, 15% of this range, hopefully, so that either we can look to financially participate in that move if it occurs or if we have reason to believe that it might occur, right? Uh, or we can at least give ourselves an anticipation, right, in terms of expecting range highs. And therefore, if we get to range highs and let's say we break out of the range, we're not caught off guard. We're not forced to make a decision, on the drop of a dime. It's more of a gradual, hey, we expected this. The only difference now is it's actually happening, right? Where do we go from here? And then we have, several forks, a domino of decisions. And we decide which domino we want to knock over. And that potentially leads into another decision. So 4 hour 200s is still going to be what I'm using for a midterm bias, right? Anything confluent with like mid range or local resistance zones. We do have like a local resistance somewhere around 20.4. We have a local resistance somewhere around 19.5, 19.6, right? So anything confluent with that analysis is going to be that much more comforting. But as of right now, the only thing that I can really say is that we are nicely respecting these hourly 200s, right? Um, and Bitcoin, especially, and just crypto in general, likes to do this thing where we form a pattern, right? Everyone comes in, they draw their trend line. Even your grandmother draws this trend line, and then we do something like this, right? So we have to be sort of cautious and weary of the fact that things aren't always going to play out exactly how we would like them to. And that just means that we have to prepare for that, right? So when you are sizing up on a trade that looks like this, and you're looking to position here based off of a flip of the hourly 200s, and then continuation into 4 hour 200s and into mid range, yes, that's a valid setup. That's a valid thought. Why is it? Because if you were ever going to go into mid range, you would have to break out of this trend first, right? You would have to reclaim your hourly 200s. You would have to break your 4 hour market structure that is saying lower highs and relatively equal lows or higher lows, depending on how you want to see it, right? You would have to break that market structure bullishly first in order for that to happen. So you looking for long setups or just scalp longs in the meantime is a valid thought, right? But just know that everyone is kind of considering the exact same thing. So we tend to see moves that look like this. Actually, we saw it on XRP yesterday, where we went to go trade XRP based off of a similar notion, right? So this is the triangle trading XRP trade that we took yesterday. And I look to position myself somewhere on a breakout of this consolidation somewhere over here. Right, we immediately fell back through. I closed the trade somewhere around half loss, I believe, and then thereafter we continued bleeding, right? So we got this breakout. We should have continued to rally. Market structure is bullish. Everything is fine and dandy. It all looks like we're about to head to this next resistance level, and then we just die, right? So we have to be willing to acknowledge that we are susceptible to that kind of thing happening, and that's just simply because we're trading kind of 50-50 setups, right? And we're trading them on a lower time frame. We're trying to give ourselves an actionable analysis and take action in the immediate term so that when we are potentially forced to take action in the midterm or even the high time frame, we're not so left out, right? We're not feeling like we missed out on as much. The con that comes along with that is you put yourself in a position where you can potentially be chopped up once, twice, three times in a row before that midterm move actually comes, right? Before the market really forces you to take action on a higher time frame perspective. So just something to keep in mind. I'm still just playing with pennies on the dollar. I'm looking for a nice steak dinner. I'm not looking to make it in this sort of market environment. And the other thing is, if we were to break down below these range lows, below this consolidation, right, we're also susceptible to, again, a move that looks like this, right, where we kind of fake everybody out. But we would have to transition our minds to believe that, yes, we are in fact finally breaking down from this range. And we would have to put ourselves in a position to either be right on that analysis or have the market force us back into adjusting. Oh, you know what? That was a sweep of the lows. That was a bear trap. That was a fluke, a deviation, a fake out, whatever. And then we would take it from there. So I think that's about it. Other than that, we are now long, or I'm now long on chilies. So currently sitting around my entry point. Actually, we didn't enter here. That was the rough draft. The actual setup looks something along the lines of this. Right, I drew it on a different trading view account, but the actual setup looks something along these lines. Let's see. Yeah. So the stop loss just about here. This is pretty much, penny for penny exactly what the setup looks like. So positioning along the hourly 200s, along with this demand zone, Chili's, it has been the stronger performing asset on a higher time frame. Um, Obviously, that doesn't mean that our trade setup has to work out, but I would think that if we're going to look to play strength, we want to look to play assets like these XRP, Chili's. XRP actually just now breaking down. So if you're going to look to play that, you would look on a higher time frame. The other thing that I'm looking to play is QNT. I think so. Oh, which actually just wicked down pretty nicely. I don't think it filled any of my bids though. Yeah, it doesn't look like it filled any of my bids, so I'm still gonna look for an entry, but it seems to be like I actually just missed out on this trade. That's a really crazy wick. So you guys saw that live just now. I'm just now realizing that I missed out on this trade. I checked it earlier this morning and it was still trading around what it's currently at, 115-ish. So I don't know if this wick is a fluke or not. I did not get filled. I'm just now checking, but not filled. So we'll look to see where we go from here. But yeah, those are the two coins that have had my interest, and rightfully so. Right, when we get a reaction like this around, breakout retesting support, it probably means that that coin is pretty strong. So I hope you guys enjoyed this daily market update. We will be doing a stream later on today. Not sure exactly what time yet, but I will let you know 2 hours ahead, just like always. Much love. Talk to you later.